the three things that are like the best in life is like having sex, eating good food, and taking a good. What's up, guys? So this is episode 26 of The Flip Side. Really excited to do this. Haven't done this in a while. Felt like it's been a while. Did we do this 2 weeks ago or was it 3 weeks ago?
We did this 2 weeks ago. We didn't do it last week.
Got it, man.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week.
It's like a blur. I forgot what we talked about on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I have no idea.
1 year?
I have no idea. I remember what we talked about last episode, which this is going to come out next week. So we filmed the last episode on Sunday. I remember what we talked about then.
Yeah, because it was
I don't remember what
2
we
days
talked
ago.
about last week. Yeah.
What I realized is like, you know how like every day we're just doing so many things and like we just forget, like our brain literally does not have enough storage to store all these stories and experiences that we go through. And this podcast is a way to really imprint and basically store all these cool stories and information so that when we're older, I reckon we'll rewatch these and be like, oh, I totally forgot that happened.
It's a video time capsule. Yes, you took it right out of it. It's a time capsule. It's a video time capsule, which living proof. Everything's on YouTube. If you ever want to see, it's all there, 100%. And it's like the nostalgia that you get when you go through and you watch really old YouTube videos, like, you know, the classics like My Johnny back in the day. Then you had Charlie Bit My Finger, like the old classics. It's like that. They're just gold mines.
So one of the pivots we're doing with the podcast, we haven't solidified it, but I'm thinking about creating a Flipside YouTube channel where we just put all these episodes on the Flipside YouTube channel, so there will just be 26 videos. I don't think we should combine the clips into the channel. I think we should keep the clips separate, but I'm thinking of like a separate Flipside channel. What's your thoughts, guys?
I've seen it work where people upload the clips to the same podcast channel anyway. It works. Like, it still does work. Like, if there's the hour-long episodes or 45-minute long episodes that people want to listen to, as well as just a short 10-minute clips, if it's all in one YouTube channel, it does make it easier because, you know, it's all there. The content that they want to watch is all there, as opposed to going to another channel to watching the clips. But yeah, it's an idea. I don't know. It's up to you, though. It's really up to you. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me. So roughly a year ago, I unsubscribed to everybody. I think I subscribed to like 200-300 channels. Just spent an hour unsubscribing to everything, and I only resubscribed to like 10 channels. And I use the subscription tab a lot. Like, I'm subscribing to like 10 different people I like watching, and I watch every single one of their videos. But if it wasn't for that move, I would continue not using the subscriptions tab. Do you guys use the subscription tab?
I'd never use the subscription tab. I'll be very honest. Never use it. We've spoken about this, I think, in the first couple of episodes, where the algorithm has just compiled itself in such a way where you just don't need to. Every now and then I will. If I want to, say, watch a Flipside video or an Andy My video, I'll go on my subscription tab, and then it is still at the center of everything. Like, it's still at the center. Oh, well, I just saw my face. on Andy My Clips, guys. Check out Andy My Clips if you want to watch clips of our podcast. They bang, all right? They bang. And they get good views. So watch it. But, yeah, like, it's still in the center. They still try to, like, put it at the center of the attention on the mobile app. I'm using YouTube Vance. I'm not using YouTube, though. But, yeah, I haven't got
What's YouTube
the
Advanced?
subscription tab in it. It's called YouTube Vance. It's definitely legal, and it's definitely not an APK that I downloaded off the internet, and it definitely plays all the ads, and I definitely don't watch any ads.
Nice. So
it's yeah, it's all there. Steven, do you use the subscribe button? The subscription tab?
Not as much. Usually when I hop on YouTube, it's just I click on whatever's recommended, whatever seems interesting, then I just watch it.
Before we forget about Steven, how's work been, Steven?
It's been tiring. It's like, damn, last week I worked about 21 hours. This week, I think I have one overnight shift. It'll be my first time. But all I'm going to say is, wait, Andy, you worked here as well, right? The same Macca's?
No, in Parramatta, Westfield. We take a 45-minute bus just to work.
Okay, Andy, you know when you first started working, right? Were you trained to do everything, or was it like first day they teach you just a bit of things, and then they would just continue showing you throughout the like as you continued working? Was it like that?
Yeah, I started with the fry station with all the nuggets or the chicken. Obviously, the cleaning. Those were the two first tasks. Slowly transition maybe after a few shifts onto the grill. Yeah. And then only after maybe 3 months, then could I start touching the building burgers.
Line, yeah. Oh, okay. That's interesting because I felt like a lot of Maccas have changed their system where I've heard that when people first started, they would learn everything before they got to start properly working. But for my case, it was white meat, red meat, and then I'm still doing those, but then I'm slowly starting to get to learn line. But there are a bunch of different things I haven't learned yet. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice.
Do you get to eat any chips?
Yeah. Do you get food?
Nope. If the manager catches me with Coke in you know how you can get water or any a drink, right? Drink, emphasis on that. If they catch you with Coke, they're just oh, why'd you get Coke or something? Or they'll really strictly be don't get a medium cup for water, only a small cup. I'm oh, okay, cool.
And what time is the overnight shift?
The overnight shift is from 11 to 2, so it's not that long.
You were saying, Christian, I cut you out there?
It's not really overnight though. It's just kind of just a few hours. I thought you'd be working the graveyard shift. It's still an evening shift. It's just more show.
But what's your rate, Stephen, at the moment?
My rate is.
That's so good. That's so good for Macca's. Dude, I started at $7.50.
Oh my god. And then plus casual loading on top of it is pretty
But Stephen's also 19. That's why it's.
That's true.
Stephen, if you were to go anywhere else, you'd get 25.
I wish. I think that'd be better.
You know what? Just start looking for jobs now, Stephen.
Yeah.
Just honestly, Stephen.
It'll take you 6 months to get a job.
You don't owe any loyalty to Macca's, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to do is just start applying to jobs now, because now's the time to just experience different things, jump around, and then later on, if you in your career just settle down and start working in places for longer periods of time. Now's the time to. I did a bunch of random stuff. When I was in the university period, I did 3 different jobs, or 4. But just start looking for jobs now. And by the time you get it, you'll have work there for a few months, and then as opposed to you working there for 6 months and then start looking, and then you can't get something. You know what I mean? So start looking now. You got this, bro. You got this.
I got this. I gotta look for an internship because I have to do an internship this year.
Nice. Cool. You got this, Steven.
I got this.
So, a question I want to ask, since so I haven't worked a job in I quit when I was 18, so it's been nearly 4 years. I remember how it was painful, the hours felt long, the time felt like it was going by slowly. But since it's sort of fresh in your mind, Stephen, what's harder? The tough grind of music chess where you're having to remember to upload every day, film videos, research, work on the laptop and sort of think of all these different things and then reply to messages throughout the whole day, or working a 5-6 hour shift at Macca's. What would be more pain? Let's say you put the mental pain and physical pain and you add it all together. What's your thoughts contrasting the two, since you've been through 2 in the last month?
What's more demanding? Obviously, you have more responsibility. You have more responsibility at Andy and My Consulting, studying.com.
Yeah.
However, what did you feel was more taxing and demanding?
I feel like music chess would be more demanding because since there wasn't really like set hours there, I feel like there were some days where I felt like I was doing too little work or like too much. Yeah, with Macca's, right? It's like you already know what you have to do, and then there's only like a certain time period that you have to do before like, you know, you clock off and go home. And the fact that with music chess, you know, I was the manager, I had to also, you know, worry about my team members, also like, you know, host calls, remember to do the weekly KPIs. So definitely music chess was way harder.
Nice. So I guess like working Macca's, it's more chill, more easy, and it's like easy cash, I guess. So it was like it made things easier because you went from something hard to now it's easier.
That's true. Yeah, so I feel like.
I think it's more so he went from something with responsibility and like pressure to something where it's just shift work. 5 hours you go in, you're not expected to like blow the roof down. You're just expected to
Just get food down, yeah. Just make the customers happy.
I sometimes forget about that. I sometimes like, obviously doing what I'm doing, I am biased where I'm like, I get to work at home, do my own things, control my own hours. But if I were to not be biased and take a step back, what I'm doing is freaking really stressful and it's actually not fun, and it's like you have so many things like working a 9 to 5 job and just doing a set list of checklists every single day. It's just so much easier, and I sort of forget that. So it's cool that you're right, like it's interesting how even though you're working at home, working on your laptop, you get to work your own hours. It's not as easy as it seems compared to like a 9 to 5 job, I guess.
100%, because there's just more pressure on you to want to succeed for yourself, and then just builds up.
Dude, so I've been going on TikTok, and this is something I learned and heard in the Impulsive podcast. But in the future, everyone's going to be just learning from social media, learning stuff from TikTok. Like I'm actually learning. People are learning how to cook on TikTok. People are learning how to freaking like meditate on TikTok. People are learning how to get healthy mindset on TikTok. People are learning maths they're learning history. People learn freaking everything on TikTok. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be regulated to be like education, but I 100% agree. Like all the small tasks or hobby sort of tasks that many people have, the cooking TikToks, they low-key bang, bro. Like they know how to do it. They do the Casey Neistat style videos where there's a style, the production style, the filming style, where it's like, it cuts and then like when he closes the microwave door or something, like it goes into something else, like it's real fast and flippy and it's engaging.
And the footage of like the camera within the fridge, and you open the fridge to get the grocery.
Yeah. I rate that, it's a good technique. But 100%. And like you can just watch these videos and you see someone cool flipping a burger and you'd be like, hey, that's pretty cool. And they got the ingredients underneath in the comments. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And then you just go and do it, and then you follow it, and then the TikTok pastas that everyone's been making, like the feta and then the tomatoes and everything, like it's labeled a TikTok pasta, but it's not. Someone just randomly did a film the TikTok, and suddenly it's TikTok pasta, and it's a rave, and everyone wants to do it, and everyone does it.
I could see people saying, Mom, this is how you should cut a tomato. Mom, I learned how to do this. Mom, this is how you should wash clothing. Like literally, people are gonna like learn everything off social media, and TikTok is the only one that's been able to somehow make it fun, entertaining, and cater to you. For example, if you are into cooking, it will show you a bunch of stuff on how to cook. For some reason, it will teach you the life skills that you need because it knows you so much, which is a bit scary, but that's crazy. It teaches you what you need for you.
But I feel like that's also the algorithm, just because based on like 1 or 2 searches that you may have done, like how to cook spaghetti or how to cook pasta, and just based off that immediately, you got it all recommended. There's no way they'd be able to tell if it wasn't just a recent search, you know what I mean? But it's like everything's there ready for you. And then the small, there's like literally a TikTok for everything at this point. There's a TikTok for job advice and essentially consulting for resume coaches and like networking tips and working tips and mindset.
You should create a TikTok, Christian. You should create a TikTok.
And have my content based around what? I've always thought about it. Like, if we were to do it, what would you create your content around?
I've been trying to tell my sister who's studying optometry. I was telling her, I was like, you should make a TikTok. For example, I'll tell Steven, you should make a TikTok where every single thing you learn, you make a TikTok about it. Did you know that if you put 2 bricks next to each other and put one on the top, this formation is called the triangular foundation formula, and the reason why it works is because blah 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 blah. And 1, you're able to create content. 2, you're reinforcing what you just learned, and 3, now you're going to ace the exam, and you build a personal brand which helps you for your future. And 4, Imagine if you're like a freaking engineering student with 200k followers, you're gonna get a job when you freaking graduate.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. You got to do it in the ways, you know how they do it, like they're like quick engineering facts 101, and they click the fingers or they start their camera and they do, and then it's like a transition. Yeah. It's like a transition, it's like quick engineering facts. You're like, bang, let's go, and then you just start doing the facts. Or like, yeah, if your sister does that, there's nothing for Optom. I don't know it, but I've seen someone that did it for speech pathology. They just created an Instagram and a straight thousands of followers, bro.
And the thing is, you never run out of content because you're learning new things. Uni gives you an unlimited amount of shit to do, and you got so many things to learn. That's like freaking 1,000 TikToks you could make in like one semester.
And if you're passionate about it, you're just going to keep learning and be wanting to keep learning about it, and then you just keep applying your knowledge, and then you can just keep going. And it's just, yeah, you're right. There's no real end to it. There's always going to be like you can talk about case studies, etc. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting.
Steven, you should make a TikTok.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. But I guess finding the time is going to be the only problem.
That's true. But don't worry.
He's a shy boy. He's not bad. But yeah, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
I'll think about it. Okay.
So, Christian, the other day you got to take a look at GTA roleplay. What's your thoughts on GTA RP?
GTA roleplay. So for context, I think it was like, how long did it feel like we were sitting there for? It felt like we were sitting there for an hours of just watching it. And it wasn't.
It was actually only like 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 20
but it
minutes.
felt like forever, yeah.
It felt like forever, and I don't know why, but when I was just watching it, I was just like what? Like you could tell Rice Gum was like full flirting with these random chicks who were on the game, and then they were actually talking to each other when they're nearby, and it's like, this guy's like, hey Rocco, what's Rocco? Who's this? Or like what? Like what is going on? I was in shock, and it. Like, do people actually play that? Why isn't it not a lot bigger than what I thought it would be? Because that should be huge.
Yeah, you're right. It's still pretty low-key.
Yeah, it's hella low-key.
What's crazy is what Logan Paul... It's actually one of, like, it's pretty heavily streamed. So it's, like, pretty big in, like, the stream world. But Logan Paul said, and it made total sense, the crazy thing is there's no goal in the game. There's no end goal. There's no objective. There's literally no goal at all. Like,
so they're just going on there as just an extension from there, just to extend their virtue. Yeah. Oh, this is just weird. You just go in there and you can just, probably you can just get really rich, and then run the streets. Like, no pun or whatever intended, but literally you get on the game to run the streets, like, or just meet new people, or. Like, they should start having some Easter eggs on there, or, some daily tasks or daily objectives, and then for insane cash rewards or races, and then but it's a mod. That's why it's like this. But yeah, 100%.
Wow. So GTA roleplay is not made by GTA?
Nah, it's a mod. From what I can see here, it's just someone created a mod, I think. But it is...
Holy crap.
I think it could be made by GTA themselves, but it's definitely a mod.
It's probably like Dota, Defense of the Agents, how it's like a mod of World of Warcraft.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, there you go. But yeah, this is like a huge mod though. Like this incorporates...
I was thinking, what if you treated life like GTA roleplay, Christian? Just had the
What would you do first?
Like, freaking every time I see like a... Like, I was on the phone, like, I was on the phone, I was talking to one of my friends in the park, and there's this, like, cute chick, like, she's just, like, I don't know, it's so cold, but she has, like, she's sweatpants, but she has, like, a tank top on, she's walking this massive husky, I can only see behind, but she looks pretty fine, and I was, like... If I was on the phone, like, I would have just ran up to her and be like, yo, what's up? But I would have, like, ran up to be like, hey, nice dog. Like, I would, like, after watching GTA roleplay, like, I would do random shit like that. If I see, like, a cute girl, I'd just, like, run up and be like, hey, what's up?
That's why the game is dangerous. Because you can find yourself doing some... Like, that's fine, obviously, as long as you don't do anything borderlines do. But in that game, you can just drive wherever you want, like go crash the car somewhere or just park it wherever you want. There's no real rules, you know what I mean? And you can easily just, it can be bad, bro. It can be bad. Oh, because imagine you did that, or like imagine you just take your car and just park it wherever you want. You could just get caught up in it. But yeah, imagine life was like that, just no real rules, just run the streets and that's it.
You know how like in game, when you're bored, you're like, let's go on a jet ski, let's go fly in a helicopter, let's do all these crazy things. It's weird how us in real life, we're not the same. Like on a Saturday, we won't be like, if it's raining, we won't be like, let's go rent our yacht and like try to like freaking boat in the rain. Like we don't do crazy spontaneous things like that for some reason, but in a game, we're like, yeah, let's do that.
There's a lot of different factors. You're thinking about your health, you're thinking about the welfare, your safety. I don't have a yacht. There's a lot of barriers to enjoyment in that scenario, given that we don't have access to a lot of those things. And in the game, you die, you respawn. We die. Like,
That's
it's
true.
fun and experiencing in games and everything because of the fact that it's a game. But when the barriers of enjoyment are there, it 100%, like, it'd be pretty cool to have that carefree lifestyle, dude. Just imagine, just getting a yacht and just, oh, God damn.
That's actually what I'm going to do now, Christian. From now on, like whenever I feel like it, like whatever, like I'm going to try not be like bored or not spend my time just like on my phone just because I feel like I should be at home because it's like, I don't know, like a weekday night or something. Like I want to start living life and really like treating life as a game, because if you think about it, life is really a game, because you'd play RPGs and you just be like leveling up this one character and you're trading like 1 hour of your life to like live a few days within that game. Like why can't you turn your own life into a game? And I think obviously I'm not gonna like go crazy. I think the one thing I have to be careful is like in games you just blow money because you don't value money too much. But the crazy thing is you never go broke in a game. The more money you spend, some of the money always comes back, and in life that sort of happens as well, ironically.
Yeah, 100%. But like it's easy to just take a break and just get into the game and just get lost in it. And like I literally forgot what I was going to say, because you raised some good points. But yeah, like it's easy to say, oh, I'm bored, I'm just going to get into the game, and then immediately use that as an excuse to like, cure your boredom, like because you're playing the game, right? But really you're just getting sucked into the world. But if you take that energy and be like, oh, I'm bored, and then do something else with it, yeah, you're 100% right, like try and do something with it. But like at the same time, there's nothing wrong with just staying at home, especially on a rainy day and everything, it's always nice to chill. But yeah, 100%, I see where you're coming from. Even now I feel the same.
Dude, I want to figure out like raining sports. Like I don't know what to do when it rains. Like what do you do when it rains? So I want to build like a mad list of things I could do. Like bouldering is one, rock climbing and bouldering, maybe indoor like go-karting. But like what can you do when it rains?
Read a book, watch a movie. You mean like activities? Yeah, there's really not much at all, is there? Because it just really, there's no real sports that can only be played in the rain, because it makes no sense. You can't predict the rain. You can't have a sport which plays around the unpredictability of the weather. So you can't really do much, other than drive.
Yeah, like I want to try like I'm going to start rebuilding a list of just like a bunch of activities. So whenever I'm bored, I just go through the list and see what I feel like. And like I think I want to start unlocking new sort of activities. Like I want to go learn how to do surfing. I want to get lessons on kite surfing. I want to get lessons on what's another sport? Frick, I don't know. What's another cool sport? Outdoor
Kite surfing looks dangerous.
Kayaking. I want to learn how to do kayaking.
I feel like kayaking is quite
I think you're right. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I feel like it does require a lot of abdominal and like upper body strength.
That's true.
Both of which I don't have.
Guys, I need to really go to the restroom. I'm sorry. I need to quickly go to the restroom. I'm busting.
One eternity later.
Dude, there was something weird that like a friend told me. He said the 3 things that are like the best in life is like having sex, eating good food, and taking a good And I thought it was like interesting. Like imagine if you were like you really needed to take a shit, and you just held on it, and the moment you there's like that relief feeling. But like it's a weird it's not like a happy feeling. What is that feeling?
It's relief. It's just relief because your body's under so much stress and tense.
That's true.
From holding it in. It's just relief. It's not a form of enjoyment.
That's true.
You can have forms
relief
of
is the right
enjoyment.
word.
Yeah, it's relief.
It's like finding out that when you lost your key and you end up finding it.
Yeah, like there's a lot of other things that you can do that make you feel better, namely illicit substances that can make you feel better. It's like an escapism. Right, like that taking shit that just blows my mind. I just don't agree with that.
Dude, I met a guy where we're talking about like LSD, talking about mushrooms, and it gets a bit cold, so we're just talking in his car, and he pulls out. Yeah, he was like, "This is how I microdose LSD." So apparently, microdosing is taking small amounts where you're not too affected. You feel like more curious, a bit more happy. There isn't too much of a high, but apparently. I think there was a research. Apparently, there's no billionaires that have not had psychedelic experiences, and that's what encouraged him to do it every day.
That's called addiction. That's called addiction. That's actually like he injects it into him every single day.
I think he like puts a drop into his mouth, so it's just the syringe is just to get volume. Okay. But like still I asked him, so what's so good about it? Is there any high? Do you feel any like calmness? He's like, no, not really. It's like pretty like chill. I'm like, then why do you do it? And then he said the billionaire argument. I was like, okay.
You doing that is not going to elevate you to the billionaire status by 2029 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot that like, oh, that's got to be the most flawed thing I've heard. You know, I'm sorry if he's a close friend. I'm sorry if he listens, but mate, you got to scrub up. You need to sort yourself out. That just doesn't even comprehend in me. Like, as much explaining as you will do to me, I will still not understand it. I hope he listens to this. Change yourself.
Dude, so I was going wakeboarding on Saturday. By the way, I hate weekends now. I no longer like weekends. Every weekend, every time I do activity, go hiking, wakeboarding, go-karting, it's packed with kids, with parents. It's just so crowded. I hate weekends. And I don't know what to do weekends now.
You would have loved COVID. Peak COVID, you would have loved it. You could just do whatever you wanted.
Dude, driving to the city in COVID was amazing. It was just, I was like, what the hell? I'm all alone in the city.
Yeah, 100%. But that's why the weekends as well as public and school holidays, like it's the only time everyone gets work off. Parents get work off, kids get school off. It's just everyone that works like, you know, shift work. They're the ones that are like.
I feel sorry. Now I can't like. Now I feel bad because there's like a employee here. So I feel sorry for 95 people because like I'm like I went on a weekday. I'm freaking. It's the wait to like 5 minutes. Go another turn. On weekends, half an hour wait times. And like literally, if you work 9 to 5, there's nothing you can do. You just have to go on the weekends.
Be interesting if the 4-day work week is regulated. I think it'll 100% will be, but once it does, just a lot more freedom and opportunity, a lot more money will get injected into the economy.
What's like the 4-day weekend? Weekday?
Yeah.
What's that?
Have you heard of that?
I don't know.
So like there's a lot of talk where, not a lot of talk, but there's like a thing where people are saying that they should be implementing a 4-day work week as opposed to a 5-day work week and having a 3-day work weekend, which would essentially boost employee morale, productivity, efficiency, output, etc. Because people know they only have 4 days to meet their cutoff. Like the downside is potential longer hours in the 4 days because you need to account for the time that you're missing on the 5th day, the Friday. And then there's potentially like more stress, more hours involved. However, the compromise is having the 3rd day of a weekend is essentially like such a game changer because it's like you 3 full days to re-energize and then you could just go back at it hard. I reckon 3 full days would be insane. I personally see a lot of the benefits of it, but however, I can see a lot of the downsides of it as well. Like 4 days just... Yeah.
Imagine like Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That would be like a rager. That would be pretty crazy.
That's the thing, because at the moment we treat Friday night as if it's a weekend in itself. Like Friday night is a pinnacle of the week for me, right? Yeah, for me,
And
it's
like
a pinnacle.
Sunday's like a write-off.
Sundays are just dead. Sundays are dead. You wake up on Sunday and I'm pissed because I know that I have work tomorrow, right? But Friday night is a pinnacle of the weekend. Friday, I'd even argue during the day on Friday, it's like a good vibe because everyone's, not dressed in work clothes. They're just all chill. Everyone's super keen for the weekend, so they're just happy in a good mood and everything, right?
Friday's
so I feel
like
like Friday
potential.
is a write-up.
It's like, what's going to happen this weekend? Friday's like, anything could happen. That's like the like positive, like I might end up like freaking, winning $1,000. I might end up in 3 chicks. Who knows? Like Friday is like anything that happened. That's what's going.
It's up to imagination. It's up to imagination. It's up to God Himself. Because you know what it is? It's all the compressed, built up, pent up rage and frustration during the week, and it's just all, it's all brewing inside of you, and then Friday morning comes around and you're like, it's Friday. I'm going to let out everything, all the steam that I built. I'm going to let it all out on Friday night, and then it all gets let out. You know what I mean? So it's like, imagine you had a 4-day work week, and then that was on Thursday. And that way, like, because Friday productivity nap was already low. Like, it's just natural, right? But if it was on Thursday, that means technically there's only 3 working days because everyone's so keen for Thursday because of the 3-day long weekend. And it's just a constant back and forth. So I don't think a 4-day work week will work in Australia, given the culture we have here is a heavy drinking party culture.
North Sydney and like in the Central Coast, and if you keep going for like up north, they do 4-day weeks. Like literally all the freaking store owners, they work till Friday, and Sunday they're like, yep, Friday they're like, yep, I'm gonna go surf. It's crazy.
But like, they wouldn't have like a regular 9 to 5s. I feel like they'd be like business owners and stuff, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's what my friend told me again.
Right.
But like, I think I've seen it like when you go north to all these beach towns, all these like white Aussie dudes with long hair, they just don't want to work. They just want to work as little as possible.
I don't think any of them work. I honestly don't think anyone in the northern beaches works. It's just all inheritance and daddy. Yes, I'm salty. It's all inheritance money. It's just all, daddy got me this and daddy got me that. It's all trust funds. It's all, I'm telling you. But like, it's easy to like stereotype in that way. But yeah, I can 100% agree.
Do you reckon north, you know how like West Sydney has like outer West Sydney where it's like even more ghetto? Does like North Sydney have like outer North Sydney where like that's where like the poor people of the north live?
I'd say Newtown.
Newtown's
what?
East? South?
Eastern suburbs.
Yeah. North, south, east. Or it's like south, yeah. But like that's like near the city. But like Newtown is like pretty expensive.
Southwest. Newtown is southwest, I think.
It is, yeah.
God knows what it is. But like I'd say that's what people think about Newtown, because Newtown's not really the city, but it's not really the west.
But North Sydney isn't like Chatswood or like that north area. That's like not city as well.
Yeah, that's true. So it's like everything's slightly inferior, but it's just, I don't know.
I was just thinking like, how the hell did North get like more richer, more inferior? Like did people like settle on Botany Bay and everyone just started living North Sydney first and then somehow like expanded out to West? Like how the hell are they like just like, it's like a line, it's like a freaking bubble. Yeah, it's a crazy like a bubble. Yeah.
It's like Sydney has its own bubbles. Like there's a CBD bubble, there's a Southwest bubble. So like, the Petersham, Summerhill, Lewisham, Newtown, all of that's a bubble. The North Sydney bubble. Then there's a Northern Beaches bubble. Northern Beaches bubble is different as well. Then there's the Western bubble. I feel like the Western bubble is the biggest bubble. Then there's that's it, right?
Dude, if I didn't have a business, I think what I'd do for fun, like what I'd do if I was like not running a company, I'd like just like network. I'd just say hi to every single person on the show. I don't know if I'd like do a YouTube thingy where I just talk to strangers, but I'd like to just say hi to every single person I meet and get to a point where every single time I'm going out, I meet like 5 people that I know. Now it's so cool. Every time you're going out with your friends and you see a friend and you're like, hey, what's up? And now now they think that you know people, and you're like, it makes you sound like inferior because like now you know people that they didn't know. But imagine if you're like, everywhere you go, you just know 10 different people.
You should do that. Make a YouTube videos like saying hi to every single person I see as I'm walking on this beach. Just do that YouTube video and just watch it bang.
Yeah, and then eventually, like after a while, you could just like be like, "Hey man, hey John, hey Bill," and get to like, because I think I'm like within like 5 minutes, I could best friend anyone in 5 minutes. So I could just do that in Boredom.
Sure. There's no way. There's no way investments on it.
Not best friend, but like become a friend or like become
be friend.
Yeah. Today I was driving back from Mercedes, Sydney, and I was in a cab. Dude, that like 20-minute cab drive, like I knew the cab driver's life inside out.
What? Do you talk to the cab drivers? I never talk. I just keep my mouth shut. I just look down. There's no way I can talk to the cab drivers. Wait, so you talk to him about his life and everything?
So I basically just learned about what's the difference between cab driving, Uber driving, what's the pros and cons. He actually did both. Heard all about the crazy stories about being Uber. I learned in a cab, you know, if something happens in the foot brake, there's like this hidden button towards the right. They click, and that lets the police know. So they can silently drive, click it, and the police is going to come.
No way.
Yeah. And then they also got cameras everywhere. There's like a camera on the front mirror. There's cameras on the outside. So being a cab driver is way more safe than being an Uber driver.
Yeah, Uber driver, it's all up to you. It's all up to you to like look out for yourself, because Uber's not gonna look out for you. They don't give a shit.
Dude, he was telling a story how he picked up 4 dudes, and it was like an $8 trip. They went on. He was like, "Hey, do you guys want some water?" They're like, "Yeah, we'd like some water." They get 4 water bottles. Hey, do you want like a chewy? Yeah, we want a chewy. 4 chewing gums. By the end of the trip, he made no money. The $8 just went to like the resources they took.
So then why does he offer it to them? Just out of nicety?
Because if you don't, you get rated low stars. Yeah. So
I
he says
never
it's
rate
like,
my Uber
for example,
drivers.
like he said like in Uber, if someone's like putting their feet on your car, your own car, and he's like, "Sorry, can you put your feet down?" After he drops them off, 1-star review. So that's why he hates Uber driving. Because you're basically a servant.
Oh, true. You're at the mercy of their will.
Exactly. Everyone's trying to squeeze the most out of it. Everyone's trying to like be like, "Here, I know a quick shortcut," because they want to save money. Everyone's just like freaking taking every resources, charging their phones, doing whatever they can because like, you better treat me nice or else I won't give you a 5-star review.
That's so toxic. But can't Uber drivers also rate them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought Uber drivers can rate them shit, and then people won't want to get them picked up by them because they got a rating.
Interesting. Yeah, I should have asked about that because like that's a good way to like get back at the person. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, because that's how I always thought it worked. Because if you have like a really low rating, if you put your feet in my car, I'll stop the car and tell you to get out. Like I don't care. I'll cop the loss. Like just get out of my car. There's no way. You know what I mean? 100%. Uber's just come in and destroyed it.
But talking about that 4-day workday, I was reading this book and like a cool strategy and like something that Starbucks did is like when your sales or turnover is down because of just like a slow period, rather than letting go of employees, you could literally just tell, "Hey employees, rather than working 5 days a week, you only need to work 4. So 1, the employees are happy. 2, you don't need to fire anyone. And 3, you literally just save your wage expenses by 1/5.
And then the flip side to that is employees want to work 5 days because they know that they will get paid the extra day. Because in places like, say, Starbucks, they'd be getting paid daily or hourly or whatever, right? That extra day to them is a lot more. They don't get paid the 5th day. They get told to work 4 days. They're like, "Okay, bet I'm leaving," and then I'm out. And then because they lose resources, and it's like.
And I think the strategy is by doing that, no need to severance package. People quit, no need to severance package. That's so smart.
And then go back to 5 days a week as a experimental change that we implemented to try and see if it would work out. Unfortunately, it didn't. So we're going to go back to 5-day working week because, you know, we did try the 4-day, but people weren't happy. Fuck, that's smart. That is smart.
Yo, what's up with severance packages? Like, why do companies offer severance packages? Is it a way to encourage people to join? Like, what is a severance package? Does everyone get it? How does it work? Like, do you get a severance package if you get fired, Christian?
I don't know, honestly, if I get a severance package. I think that's only for, like, I'm not too sure how it works. All I know is that if you leave in a full-time position, you get paid out for all annual leave or any accumulated long service leave which you had, because essentially, you know, those are your hours that you're entitled to, and if you didn't claim it, if you had a lot in the bank, that's your money, that's your right. So you get paid out that much, and you get paid out any annual long service leave as well, but that's for over 10 years of service, right? But severance packages, yeah, I honestly have not too. I'm sure that'd be like in like contract situations where it's like, should your contract be terminated upon our notice, we will pay you out this much. Or like, I think my mum got a severance package when she got let go of one of her places. She's employed now, but like, yeah, they paid her out for like 6 months.
Damn.
Yeah, they paid her out 6 months. I don't know what the context behind it was, but they're like, I think they told her, you can keep working here until July and we keep paying you, or you leave now and we'll give you 6 months worth of pay.
Interesting.
So I think it's just scenario depending.
Yeah, and maybe it's like a law thing as well. I think, by law, you have to make sure that your employee is able to survive if they lose their job. It's probably like most likely a law thing for sure.
There's definitely legal implications to it as well. But yeah, 100%. Like, I think it's like a safeguard sort of practice that's implemented. But yeah, like, I wouldn't mind a juicy bonus. Who wouldn't mind a juicy bonus, bro?
Yeah, like there was this episode in How I Met Your Mother where this guy wanted the severance package. He was asking to be fired. He hated working there, but he couldn't quit because if he quit, he wouldn't get a severance package. So he was just like doing a bad job just to get fired to get the severance package.
That's next level. Nah, I could never do that, bro. No one should ever do that. Don't take that advice.
Today was a solid episode, Christian. Solid episode.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, I was like really like buzzed. I don't know why, but I was like ADHD. Like I was like thinking while you were talking about one thing, I was like talking about like how some people have their eyes tilted downwards and basically they look sad all the time. Like I was just like coming with all these different things. So I have ADHD for sure, and I think that's something that a lot of I got tested for ADHD, but I didn't. I was negative, so it was okay. But this is a solid episode. Pumped out 3 episodes in 3 days, Christian. We pumped out a lot of content.
We did. We worked hard. So thank you so much, guys, for listening today. I appreciate it very much. Episode 26. We've reached 6 months. We've reached 6 months of posting. So thank you so much for joining us on the journey. A like would be appreciated. So would a subscribe. Press it down below. Thank you. And Stephen, you want to say goodbye as well?
Thank you everyone for listening to our podcast. You know, like as Christian said, subscribe, smash the like button. If you want to see our podcast clips, you can check out any of my clips. The link will be provided. Thank you.
Christian has really white teeth. Peace.